Hey, what's up everyone? Killer J Dog here, and today I'm going to be teaching everyone how to brew chocolate milk with my very own chocolate mod. Now, to get started, what you will need is a flint and steel and some cauldrons. And with the flint and steel, you will light a fire underneath all the cauldrons. Now, once you have your cauldrons and your heat source, a heat source can be any lava, fire, or molten caramel. But once you have your heat source and your cauldron, what you want to do is get some milk. Now, as you can see, I cannot put in a bucket of milk. Instead, what I have to do is take a bowl and the bucket of milk and put it in a crafting recipe, and I will get a bowl of milk. Now, of course, this can be vice versa, but it's like you're pouring the milk into the bowl. But once you have your bowl of milk, what you want to do is you want to right-click it into the cauldron, and this will start off the brewing process. Now you can take that bowl of milk in and out whenever you want. That is until you start the actual process. And to do this, you will need a total of 3 sugars. Once you place in the 3 sugars, you will want to wait for your sugar to dissolve in the milk. And this can take anywhere between 2 to 7 minutes, depending on the heat source as well underneath, as well as the game ticks. So for example, lava is the fastest, whereas molten caramel would be the slowest, and fire is just kind of in the middle of those two. It's fast, but it's not super fast. And the game ticks you can't really have any control of, but yeah. What you have to do now is just wait for this to brew, and I'll get back to you when that is done. I'll either fast forward the clip or just cut it completely, depending on how quickly this takes. Alrighty, now this is done brewing. You can't really do anything with it. It's just like a sugary milk mixture. You can't take it out. Instead, what you have to do is you have to process it further into light chocolate milk, or that's what I call it. It's actually milk chocolate, but to be honest, a bucket of chocolate milk would have sounded really weird, so that's why I renamed it as light chocolate. And to do that, what you'll have to do is you need to craft this cocoa powder with either a cocoa bean or a lump of cocoa beans, if you have access to my chocolate dimension. And what it takes is 2 cocoa beans, and this will start to brew into light chocolate milk. Now that that is done brewing, we can take it out with a bucket or a bowl. Now if you plan to continue the brewing process further, like I do, you will take it out with a bowl and you put it back in. Now this can be brewed one of two ways. Either you can increase the chocolate to milk ratio, or you can decrease the ratio. You decrease the ratio by adding in milk and you can increase the ratio by adding in cocoa powder. For the sake of the tutorial, I will do both. And now we just wait for this to brew into white chocolate milk and this to brew into regular chocolate milk. Now, as you have noticed, the chocolate milk here has finished brewing, and what you can do is you can either add in more cocoa powder to increase the ratio, or you can take it out and put it back in and try to decrease it. Now, something that you've probably noticed from this tutorial is or you guys probably haven't, but for me, this brewing process takes a very long time. So in the most recent update that I have created, I have added integration with Growthcraft. Now, what you need is a Growthcraft brew kettle, and it's very similar to my cauldrons, except it actually has a interface. And what you want to do is you want to take out the milk, and it has to be in a bucket because buckets are able to place the fluid into the world. And what you do is you place the fluid into the brew kettle. Now, with the Growthcraft brew kettle, you put your liquid in here and your additives in here. So we want to make dark chocolate milk. We put in cocoa powder, and as you can see, it is slowly, or actually quickly, compared to over here, which this has just finished the white chocolate milk, but compared to my regular normal brewing process, this is much quicker, as you can probably tell. And the reason I'm doing this is to kind of have a trade-off. Whereas with my original process, yes, it does indeed take a very long time. However, it uses very little resources. Whereas the Growthcraft method, on the other hand, is very quick. But as you can see, it used a lot of resources, almost 20. In fact, it did use 20 cocoa powder, whereas my method used only 2. But this was also a lot quicker. And a very good feature with Growthcraft is that you have this nice switching mechanism for switching from here over to here. Now, something that you are able to do is lower the chocolate to milk ratio by putting in milk, and you'll get your milk back, your bucket back. However, it does take quite a while. And of course, The same happens with the bowls. And that is about it. Today I have showed you how to brew chocolate milk with cauldrons, as well as the new integration with Growthcraft Brews Kettle. The link to my mod will be in the description if you want to check it out. And I hope you all have a good day.